Welcome to today's blockbuster coverage on the WTA Tour, where the energy in Toronto is reaching a fever pitch at the 2026 National Bank Open. We have an absolute dynamic collision set for the round of 16, a marquee fourth-round showdown that has tennis fans across the globe locked into every single update. On one side of the net, you have the sensational 21-year-old rising superstar from the Philippines, Alexandra Eala. She is riding a blistering 7-match winning streak that includes capturing her historic first career WTA singles title at the Mubadala DC Open just days ago and storming into the top 20 of the world rankings. On the other side stands a formidable 12th seed, Olympic gold medalist and multiple-time champion Belinda Bencic of Switzerland. Bencic is a seasoned veteran who knows precisely what it takes to perform under the bright lights of a WTA 1000 stadium court. This matchup is not just another match on the calendar. It represents a captivating clash of generations, styles, and sheer mental grit. The storylines entering SoBe Stadium in Toronto could not be written any better by a Hollywood scriptwriter. Alex Eala arrives as the hottest player on tour right now. Her ascent over the past few months has been nothing short of meteoric, transforming her from a highly decorated junior prodigy into a genuine elite threat on the main WTA circuit. Her run in Toronto has demonstrated unbelievable heart and emotional maturity. In her grueling third-round victory over American Katie McNally, Eala had overcome a severe ankle twist in the second set, a tough medical timeout, and an opponent who threw every trick in the playbook at her. Yet, powered by an electrifying, ultra-vocal global fan base that turned center court into a home-court atmosphere, Eala fought through 2 hours and 39 minutes of pure drama to claim a 6-3, 5-7, 6-4 victory. She showed zero panic, refusing to allow physical discomfort or a lost second-set advantage to derail her momentum. Meanwhile, Belinda Bencic had to go through her own absolute trial by fire to reach this stage. Bencic battled American Taylor Townsend in what instantly became one of the matches of the tournament. Going the distance in a brutal 3-hour and 24-minute epic, Bencic clawed her way back to win 6-7, 7-6, 6-4. That match tested every ounce of Bencic's physical endurance, tactical problem-solving, and trademark Swiss tenacity. When Bencic is in the zone, her ability to take the ball super early on the rise, absorb maximum pace, and redirect ground strokes with pinpoint laser accuracy is among the very best in professional tennis. Both players are stepping onto the court carrying heavy legs from long-distance battles, but both are backed by unwavering belief and an insatiable desire to advance into quarterfinals of one of the calendar's premier summer hardcourt events. What makes this encounter so tantalizing for tactical analysts and casual fans alike is that this marks the very first head-to-head meeting between Alexandra Eala and Belinda Bencic on the professional tour. There is no prior history, no head-to-head pattern, and no direct experience facing each other's pace or spin in competitive conditions. We are watching two world-class competitors figure each other out in real time under high-stakes pressure at a WTA 1000 tournament. Will Eala's explosive momentum, relentless left-handed forehand, and emotional surges overwhelm the Swiss champion? Or will Bencic's championship poise, tactical instincts, and world-class return game neutralize the momentum of the tour's brightest young star? As both athletes finalize their preparations and complete their physical recovery protocols, the excitement in the tennis community is palpable. The winner of this fourth-round match will take a massive step forward in the draw, cementing their status as a major title contender heading into the final stretch of the North American hardcourt summer swing. Stay tuned as we break down every layer of this unbelievable matchup, exploring player profiles, technical-tactical dynamics, physical conditions, mental fortitude, and the massive broader stakes surrounding the showdown. Now, let us dive deep into the comprehensive tactical and technical breakdown of this Alexandra Eala versus Belinda Bencic clash. To truly appreciate what will unfold on the hard courts of Toronto, we must examine where both of these players currently stand in their career trajectories, how their unique skill sets align against one another, and what critical adjustments will decide the ultimate winner. First, let us examine the phenomenon that is Alexandra Eala. At 21 years old, Eala is no longer just a player with enormous potential. She is actively translating that potential into high-level silverware and top 20 results on the WTA Tour. Her triumph at the Mubadala DC Open was a seismic breakthrough, making her the first Filipina player in modern history to claim a WTA singles title. That title run was not a fluke or an easy draw. She had to defeat world-class opponents, including top 10 stars like Zheng Qinwen, showing a level of composure and tactical execution that usually takes years to develop on tour. Eala's left-handed game presents immediate tactical puzzles for any opponent. Her serve, particularly when slicing wide into the ad court, opens up vast expanses of the court, allowing her to take control of rallies from the very first strike. Her forehand is a lethal weapon, capable of heavy topspin that jumps up outside the strike zone or flat drives that skitter low across the hard court. Furthermore, Eala's court movement and defensive transition into offense have improved exponentially over the past 12 months. In her previous round against Katie McNally, despite rolling her right ankle midway through the second set, Eala showed an astounding capacity to adapt her footwork. When she could not rely purely on raw explosive lateral speed, she shortened her backswings, stood her ground closer to the baseline, and took the ball earlier to deny McNally time. That tactical flexibility under duress is the hallmark of a champion. However, physical recovery will be the single largest question mark hanging over Eala ahead of this match. Playing 7 matches in the span of just over a week, combined with a taped ankle in 2 hours and 39 minutes of intense running in her last outing, places immense physical demands on a young athlete. How her body responds after heavy treatment and physical therapy will dictate how aggressively she can offend against one of the clean ball strikers in the game. Turning our attention to Belinda Bencic, we are talking about one of the most gifted and cerebral players of her generation. Bencic, the 2021 Tokyo Olympic singles gold medalist, possesses a masterclass style of play built around timing, anticipation, and baseline position. Unlike power hitters who rely purely on muscle and heavy racket head speed, Bencic excels at using her opponent's pace against them. She takes the ball practically off the bounce, robbing her rivals of time and forcing them into hasty, unbalanced recovery movements. Her backhand down the line is universally regarded as one of the finest shots in women's tennis, a weapon she can unleash from almost any defensive position to instantly turn the tables in a rally. Bencic's path to this 4th round was an absolute test of character. Her 3-hour and 24-minute marathon victory over Taylor Townsend was a grinding war of attrition. Facing a player with Townsend's net-charging style and lefty serve, Bencic had to absorb massive pressure, survive late-set tiebreaks, and constantly find solutions under high anxiety. That match proved that Bencic's competitive desire and physical conditioning are at peak levels. She refused to bend, fighting through critical points with unyielding determination. Against Eala, Bencic faces another left-handed opponent, meaning the patterns of play she adjusted to against Townsend will still be somewhat fresh in her muscle memory. Tactically, this match will be won and lost in 3 critical battlegrounds. The first battleground is the serve and return baseline battle. Alex Eala's left-handed serve out wide into Bencic's forehand wing will be tested immediately. Bencic is an elite returner who loves to step inside the baseline, to take second serves early. If Eala leaves her second serve floating in the middle of the box, Bencic will punish it and take immediate command of the center of the court. Conversely, if Eala can hit her targets with high slice and kick, she can force Bencic out of her comfortable timing rhythm and establish her own big forehand as a dominant shot in the rally. The second key factor is court positioning and rally length. Belinda Bencic thrives when she can hug the baseline, command the center, and move her opponent side to side without stepping back. Eala must avoid getting pinned behind the baseline in long, lateral running rallies, especially considering her recently taped ankle. Eala's best path to victory is to keep point lengths short to medium, utilizing her explosive forehand to dictate early, and coming forward to shorten points at the net whenever Bencic leaves a ball short. The third, and perhaps most significant factor, is the mental and physical recovery curve. Both players are coming off brutal, multi-hour 3-setters. Eala logged 2 hours and 39 minutes against McNally, while Bencic logged 3 hours and 24 minutes against Townsend. Fatigue acts as a quiet thief on the tennis court. It steals split-second reaction time, degrades serve percentage, and causes poor decision-making on tight points. Whichever player's recovery team has done the superior job over the last 24 hours in terms of hydration, ice baths, physio treatment, and sleep will have a tremendous tactical advantage when this match pushes into deep water. Furthermore, We cannot ignore the atmosphere in Toronto. The massive Filipino diaspora in Canada has turned Sobeys Stadium into a vibrant, raucous sea of support for Eala. In her match against McNally, Eala explicitly cited the crowd's roaring support as the primary fuel that carried her through the physical exhaustion of the final set. That crowd energy creates a genuine home court advantage for Eala. However, Belinda Bencic is a veteran who has played in the most intense atmospheres in the world, from Grand Slam center courts to high-stakes Olympic finals. Bencic knows how to block out crowd noise, channel her focus inward, and feed off opposing energy. As we look at the bigger picture, the broader stakes of this match extend far beyond a single spot in the Canadian Open quarterfinals. For Alex Eala, a win over a proven champion like Bencic would solidify her position among the true elite stars of the tour, proving that her DC Open title was simply the start of a major breakthrough season. It would also propel her even higher in the live WTA rankings, putting her in prime position for high seeding at the upcoming U.S. Open. For Belinda Bencic, beating the hottest young player on tour would be a massive statement, reaffirming her status as a legitimate contender for the biggest trophies in sport and continuing her march back toward the top 10. Philippine News Agency. In conclusion to our deep dive, this fourth-round clash features every element that makes professional tennis so compelling. Youth versus experience, left-handed flair versus baseline precision, and raw physical determination versus championship pedigree. Neither player will give an inch without a fight. Expect long, intensely competitive rallies, incredible tactical adjustments on the fly, and an electric atmosphere from the very first ball toss to the final match point. ABS-CBN. As we wrap up this comprehensive preview of Alexandra Eala versus Belinda Bencic at the 2026 National Bank Open in Toronto, the anticipation surrounding this match could not be higher. We are witnessing two unbelievable competitors meeting at a fascinating intersection of their respective careers. You have Alex Eala, the sensational 21-year-old rising star carrying the hopes of an entire nation on her shoulders, riding a wave of unstoppable momentum, incredible court presence, and undeniable competitive spirit. And you have Belinda Bencic, the gold medalist and seasoned warrior who possesses the tactical intelligence, pristine timing, and big match experience to dismantle even the most confident opponents. GMA Network +1. When you weigh all the tactical elements, the physical factors, and the recent form, this match truly sits on a razor's edge. If Alex Eala's right ankle responds well, and she can maintain her high first serve percentage while unleashing that devastating left-handed forehand, she has every capability to push Bencic into uncomfortable defensive positions. Her ability to capture crucial break points and feed off the thunderous Toronto crowd will be her primary engine for success. On the other hand, if Belinda Bencic manages to dominate baseline positioning, take Eala's serves early, and extend the rallies to test the young star's physical endurance, Bencic's depth of experience in high-pressure WTA 1000 moments could ultimately tilt the scale in her favor. ABS-CBN +1. Regardless of who ultimately emerges victorious, one thing is absolute. The real winners will be the tennis fans around the world who get to witness this incredible spectacle. Matches like this, where high-octane youth meets seasoned championship excellence, define the drama and beauty of professional sports. It is a glimpse into present and future of women's tennis, showcasing the unbelievable depth, global reach, and athletic brilliance currently on display across the WTA Tour. Now, we want to hear from all of you in our global tennis community. Who is your pick to take this high-stakes round of 16 showdown in Toronto? Will Alex Eala keep her sensational winning streak alive and punch her ticket to her first WTA 1000 quarterfinal? Or will Belinda Bencic rely on her veteran experience to shut down the momentum of the Filipina phenom? Drop your match predictions, scorelines, and tactical thoughts in the comments section below. Make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed this long-form deep dive preview. Hit that subscribe button and turn on all notification alerts so you never miss any of our breaking news, post-match breakdowns, and exclusive tennis coverage throughout the hard court season. Thank you so much for joining us today. Enjoy the match, and we will see you immediately after the final ball is struck for our complete post-match analysis.